Well, good morning. Good, beautiful Wednesday morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and we will be glad in it. I hope today finds you very well. I hope that you have woken with joy in your heart and that you are in a place where you're able to spend just a few minutes on some scripture and think about who God is and how He blesses us day by day. Today we're going to talk a little bit out of Genesis chapter 40, verse 20, and we're going to go all the way to verse 23. So Genesis 40, verses 20 to 23. Before we read it, though, I want us to remember that this is the story of Joseph as he was in prison, and there was a chief baker and there was a chief butler, and they had dreams. And they came to Joseph, and both of them promised that he would be remembered should they be released. The chief baker was hanged and killed by Pharaoh, but the chief butler was restored. So we're going to read that part now. It says, "Now it came to pass on the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast for all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. Then he restored the chief butler to his butlership again, and he placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them." Now I want you to listen to this. Yet the chief butler did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. Many times in life we do the right things for people. We do things. God leads us to do things, and we go out and we do them. We help people. But when the time comes that they should remember us, they forget us. And I don't want you to be discouraged today. We get a lot from Joseph. See, Joseph, when he was young, was sold into slavery by his very own brothers. When he came into Egypt, he was a teenager. When he came into Egypt, he was doing a good job, and Potiphar's wife started chasing him around the house, and he had to run away, and he got in trouble and got put in prison. So fast forward, he's been in prison and he's done the right things, and now here come this chief butler and chief baker to him, and they ask him to interpret their dreams. So he interprets their dreams and tells the butler he will be restored, but tells the baker that he will be executed. So when all of this comes to pass, it's very clear that what the chief butler should have done was remember Joseph to Pharaoh for all the good that Joseph had done for him. But Joseph was forgotten. That's what the Bible tells us. It says, "Yet the chief butler did not remember Joseph," but then it adds, "but forgot him." Now we know that often in life this happens to us. We have done the right things. We have made the right moves. We have tried to serve in the right places. And it just seems as though that we are forgotten, and we are forgotten by people, or maybe we even go to the place of that God has forgotten us. But what I want to assure you of today is that God's timing is perfect. God's timing is perfect. See, if the butler had remembered Joseph on that day to Pharaoh, Pharaoh had not had his dream yet. He hadn't had his dream yet. It was 2 full years later that Pharaoh had his dream that Joseph was able to interpret. That was God's timing. That was God's timing. And when Pharaoh had his dream, he was talking in front of the butler. The butler said, "Hey, I remember a fellow who was down in prison, and he interpreted our dreams." And here comes Joseph, and Joseph is blessed. Joseph is blessed through Pharaoh, but by God. He's blessed through Pharaoh, but by God. But part of that blessing was the timing of being forgotten. Part of that blessing was the timing of being in tribulation. Part of that blessing was the timing of being mistreated by others. I want you to be encouraged today. No matter where you find yourself, others may have forgotten you. Others may have not recognized you, maybe have not remembered you to the right people. You have done everything right. You have done nothing wrong. And you have tried your dead level best. And yet, you have been forgotten. But the King has not forgotten you. The King has a perfect plan. God has a perfect plan. He has a perfect plan for your life. We know that after 2 years that Pharaoh had his dream, as I've already said. He was remembered to Pharaoh. Pharaoh went and found him. He comes in front of Pharaoh, and he's able to interpret the dream. Then he is made over all of the famine relief efforts. He is made only behind Pharaoh in his power in Egypt. God blessed him richly. But God blessed him richly in his timing, in God's timing, not in Joseph's timing. If you were to go and ask Joseph sitting there in that prison, do you wish that the butler would remember you to Pharaoh right now? He would say, yes, I want to be remembered right now. He wouldn't say, oh no, give it another 2 years because God probably has a plan. No, he wouldn't say that. He would want to be rewarded at that moment. See, but God's rewards come in God's timing. I want you to be encouraged today. Wherever you are, God remembers you. He loves you. He is lifting you up. He is preparing good things for you as long as you are obediently serving Him. I want you to be encouraged today. I pray for you. I know you pray for me. I pray for this nation. I pray for this world. I pray for the people in Haiti and in Louisiana and in Afghanistan and in so many places across this world. I pray for the people in Washington that are making decisions. I pray that you will have a good rest of the week. Have a good day today. Have a good rest of the week. And find yourself a Bible-believing church on Sunday where you can be a blessing and give a blessing. Have a great day.